Good evening, guys. We've got our oligopoly, sorry, monopolistic competition. Okay, our monopolistic competition was left. Let's complete that, and then we'll move to aggregate demand and aggregate supply in the next meeting. So we've seen that on one end of the extreme we had perfect competition. On the other end of the extreme we had monopoly, right? We had monopoly. Now, in this spectrum, if I talk about towards monopoly, we had oligopoly, right? And if I keep moving from monopoly towards perfect competition, first you'll have oligopoly, and then you'll have something called as monopolistic competition. So it has more elements of perfect competition plus some elements of these two, right? Let us look at what these elements are. So what are the number of sellers? Large number of sellers, right? And obviously, because there are large, each one will have a small market share. And because each one has a small market share, they will not have any significant power over price, right? Firms need to pay attention to the average market price and not the price of individual competitors, right? Because each firm becomes a little bit of price taker. They pay attention to the average price, average market price rather than the price of individual competitor. And there are too many firms in the industry for collusion to be possible. So collusion, cartelization नहीं हो सकता, बैठ के setting नहीं कर सकते कि भाई हम ये भाव पे निकालेंगे. Number of players ज़्यादा है. Oligopoly में वो हो सकता है. There's a possibility of that happening. We've seen those three different models, right? We've seen those three different models. Then let's come down to product. Now, ये ठीक है, but product भी एक जैसा होगा ना, तो this becomes like a more towards perfect competition. But यहाँ पे क्या होता है, product में slight differentiation होता है. अगर असली में नहीं हो तो कंज्यूमर के माइंड में होता है. जैसे टूथपेस्ट है, चारकोल, ये वो ऑल दैट नॉनसेंस. असली में क्या है किसी को नहीं पता, सिर्फ कलर चेंज कर दिया, बट लोगों को तो लगता है ना कि अलग है. But they are close substitutes for each other. So it's okay if I don't use a charcoal one, I can use a whatever the other color one, toothpaste. That's okay. But more or less differentiated है. और because differentiated है, तो सिर्फ price पे competition नहीं होता है. We have seen in perfect competition कि भाई भाव पे differentiation, कुछ फर्क ही नहीं है प्रोडक्ट में, तो एक ही चीज पे compete करेंगे, that is price. तो यहाँ पे प्राइस पे कंपटीशन नहीं होगा. यहाँ पे प्राइस पे कंपटीशन नहीं होगा. प्राइस, क्वालिटी, मार्केटिंग, इन तीन चीजों पे वो लोग compete कर सकते हैं because of a little amount of product differentiation. So अगर Sensodyne है, तो Sensodyne can price itself a little higher in toothpaste segment, right? It says I'm different, I'm doing a specific purpose, blah blah blah, all of that. Quality can be a differentiator, price and output can be a differentiator. Marketing again can be a little differentiator. There are low barriers to entry, obviously, because there are large firms. Obviously there has to be low barriers of entry, नहीं तो large number of firms होगी नहीं, right? Now how's the demand curve? Please remember, except for perfect competition, everywhere we've got a demand curve which is downward sloping, and obviously the demand curve tends to be, for all of them, the demand curve is like this, and the marginal revenue curve is like this. And we had seen why this happens. We've seen why this happens previously, right? Now, it's demand. It is demand. Why is in your perfect competition it is like this, the demand curve? There is a reason for that. For firm level, at least, for firm level, it is like this. Why? Because they are absolute price takers. They're absolute price takers, whereas rest of them are price searchers. So they will search for a optimum price so that they can sell the optimum amount of quantity, right? So and the demand curve is highly elastic, right? Because competing products are perceived as low substitutes. So it is going to be more sloped or more what I would call vertical, right? Because it is highly elastic. The demand curve is not, it will tend to be more vertical, because obviously ज़्यादा कुछ नाटक किया तो बंदा क्लोजअप से टूथपेस्ट पे चले जाएगा, टूथपेस्ट से कोई कोलगेट पे चले जाएगा, कोलगेट से whatever. There is competing company ka similar kind of product is always available, right? Now let us see how the pricing thing happens, right? Now अब नॉर्मली एक फर्म क्या करेगी, वो उतना प्रोड्यूस करेगी ताकि मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू इक्वल्स मार्जिनल कॉस्ट, राइट, फ्रॉम द डिमांड कर्व. Normally what happens is if the firm starts in the short run, what will happen is, so in the short run, this is your downward sloping demand curve, this is your marginal revenue curve, and this is your normal marginal cost curve. In the short run, the firm will start producing that amount of quantity where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, right? But the price might be much, much higher. Please remember, in perfect competition, we had seen that the price remains the same for all any number of units is sold, but that is not the case in all the other kind of market structures, right? So the pricing differs. So in this case, the price might be much, much higher, and if the price is much, much higher, when the quantity hits this part, we got this price. You know, when the price is higher and your average total cost is less, right, you will have something called as economic profit. This entire thing is going to be what we called as economic profit. Now, when I say economic profit, all the other costs, including the cost of capital, is covered here. This is over and above the cost of capital that you're going to earn, right? So that becomes economic profit. I'm not talking about normal profit, not your P&L normal profit. I'm talking about economic profit. So after paying off all the factors of production, including the providers of capital, so equity guys get their required return on equity, debt get their debt, blah, blah, blah. So this is happening. What happens is whenever in any industry or in any country, you've got economic profits, it will start attracting competition, right? It start attracting competition. And as competition comes by, you know, and we know the products are close substitutes of each other, the price, there will be pressure on pricing, and the price will actually come from this point to this point. It will come and settle at a point where average total cost and price are the same, right? Again, the marginal cost is equal to a marginal revenue, but your price is going to be such that it equals your average total cost. So the economic profits basically disappear. The economic profits basically disappear. So the idea again is in the long run, even under monopolistic competition, there's not going to be any economic profit, but in the short run, there can be economic profit. So for example, when Patanjali started all that stuff, Dant Kanti, if I'm not wrong, that was Dant Kanti, right? उसने मस्त अपना आयुर्वेदिक ये सब use करके, and it created a lot of waves in the toothpaste market, right? It created a lot of wave in the toothpaste market. They were earning a lot of economic profit. Just an example. Later on, the Colgate Palmolives and the HULs of the world realized what nonsense is happening. HUL came up with this Ayush brand. All of them launched their own brands and started doing aggressive marketing and all of that. Today, the threat of Dant Kanti is much, much lesser, right? Much, much lesser. Initially, they made because there was some amount of product differentiation. Whereas in perfect competition, economic profit का तो short run में भी chance नहीं होता है. Getting it? Any questions? Okay, I'm assuming there are no questions. Now, the differences between the long run equilibrium in the markets with monopolistic competition market. So we're going to see the differentiation here. The differentiation is nothing but to say that, note that with monopolistic competition, price is greater than marginal cost. Producer can realize a markup. Average total cost is not at the minimum of the quantity produced, suggesting excess capacity or inefficient scale of production, right? And the price is slightly higher than under perfect competition. Now, what happens here is when the price is a little higher, then your so the demand curve here is sloping in monopolistic competition, whereas in perfect competition it is flat. We've seen this, and this is a firm level. Yeah, this is not for the entire, but this is for the firm level, right? यहाँ पे the firms, okay, sorry. यहाँ पे the firms are absolutely what do you call price takers, right? They have no pricing power. They're absolute price takers, right? Whereas in this case, they search for XYZ price. So in the short run, because of some amount of product differentiation, the price can be a little higher than your average total cost, right? The firm can be, and they can realize some amount of economic profit. What happens in this case is the quantity that ideal market should have produced, matlab, right, where the best allocation of resources is happening, is going to be less, right? Whereas in perfect competition, we know the average total cost and marginal cost are the lowest at the price which we are charging. They're all the same. So the quantity that gets produced is the best quantity, right? There's the best utilization of all the resources, the best utilization of all the resources. Now, why is this little thing happening? क्यों थोड़ा सा pricing power है monopolistic competition, at least in the short run, right? Not in the long run, is because there is a little amount of product differentiation, a little amount of product differentiation. मेरे टूथपेस्ट में कोल है, मेरे उसमें में चारकोल है, मेरे टूथपेस्ट में XYZ है, यूरेनियम है, ये है, whatever, right? कुछ differentiation है, right? But now the next question is there an economical efficient amount of product differentiation? क्या आप जो product differentiation कर रहे हो और excess price उसके लिए charge कर रहे हो, is it justified? You know, is it efficient? You know, is it economically efficient? Now, what is the idea when I say economically efficient? That the resources should be put used to the maximum, right? You should get the maximum buck for the resources that you're kind of putting in, right? So the idea again is when it comes down to, let's say, an example of is the most optimum utilization of resources. मैं जब बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं चारकोल वाला मेरा टूथपेस्ट है, मेरे टूथपेस्ट में नीम है, ये है, ऑलिव ऑयल है, पता नहीं कुछ तो भी है, तो is it the best utilization of the resources, right? It's the most, and for the price that I'm charging, is the consumer getting equivalent amount of value, right? So the idea is that it can be. There might be a small amount of cost in product differentiation, but there might be benefits to consumer as well. So, for example, I have a certain problem of sensitivity in my ear, in my gums or something like that. So I would want a Sensodyne, and I'm ready to pay more for it, right? I might be a diabetic and I don't want to have a sugar wala toothpaste. You know, I would want to have a sugar-free toothpaste, you know, something of that sort. So the idea again is, and there might be other perceptions also. For example, someone might come across and say, Apple charges X amount of, I mean, they have come up with a headphone which is 40,000 or something like that. Now, recently they've come up with something like that. Indian rupee mein that will come down to 40,000-50,000 or maybe more. So the idea again is, does that make sense, right? Does that make sense? Does it provide that kind of value to the consumer, right? Does it provide that kind of value to the consumer? It depends on context to context. So for example, for an actor who earns crores of rupees by just attending a function or something like that, or just attending a promotional, he needs to look good, right? For him, it provides value, right? It maybe in his brands and in his fan following, it might make look good. So for example, you are in the business of, let's say you are in sales role and you're selling some very high value items, right? So for you to use an expensive car, to use an expensive phone, to use an expensive whatever XYZ luxury items, you know, consumables, that has value. Why? Because it is used in signaling. You know, it is used in signaling to these guys. Why do politicians tend to have lal batti and all that? It, you know, I'll tell you, signaling again is an important case. So for example, these officers, there's a reason why British had this red beacon and all of that. The reason was to, so for example, let's assume there is a ruckus gets created in the local village, right? लोग झगड़ पड़ रहे हैं, आपस में खून खराबा कर रहे हैं. Imagine the collector takes the local bus and then reaches there. I mean, the people will not even respect the collector or the superintendent of police or whatever XYZ. You know, they might not. But in case, imagine he comes up with his car and there's a car, there is you know, all the siren, and you know, there's a guard sitting in the front seat, and the car has some you know, some label put and all of that, and has two antennas and stuff like that with walkie-talkie and siren and all of that, and there are three more other cars with guards and everything, and they all come gun blazing, you know, siren baj raha hai, वो उतरने के पहले उसका guard उसका दरवाजा खोल रहा है, वो नीचे उतर रहा है, and then he goes and speaks to his to the villagers and all. उसके लिए कुर्सी उर्सी रखा है, table बिठाया है, you know, fan and all arrange किया. So the people would know कि some big guy has come, you know. That is signaling, Now someone might say, what nonsense, this is all VIP culture. But in some context, VIP culture is important. नहीं तो उसको इज्जत ही नहीं देंगे वो लोग, उसका सुनेंगे भी नहीं. Who the hell are you? You came in a rickshaw. I don't care about you. But he comes in a 15-car entourage with a lot of paraphernalia around that, guards, armed guards, and all of that. वो लोग हाँ कोई बड़ा आदमी है. Let's listen to him. He's the collector. The idea again is signaling matters. So it's difficult to gauge the value to a consumer, right? So for example, you're selling very high value items and you go in a fatawa kapda and shorts and all that, they will not buy from you, right? So that is what signaling matters. So product differentiation can, and in many contexts, have some value to the consumer. Let's come down to product innovation. Now, product innovation is a necessary activity as firms in the monopolistic competition pursue economic profits, right? जो लोग नए products लाते हैं, नए innovation, कुछ changes XYZ, right? So they have an ability to charge a little higher, and because क्या होता है, the best example is the mobile market. So there is a new feature which comes up, and let's say Apple brings it or any other company brings it. Within no time, 6 months, a year, other companies will have that same feature within no time. So, but what happens is, for some period of time, the innovator gets pricing power. वो थोड़ा extra charge करता है. But होता क्या है कि ऐसे market में कंपनी को जिसने इनोवेशन किया या जो इनोवेशन करना चाहता है उसको कंटिन्यूसली नया लाना पड़ता है, कंटिन्यूसली नया लाना पड़ता है, एंड देयर इज ऑलवेज सम अमाउंट ऑफ कॉस्ट that comes up with it. So the firm needs to measure कि मेरा जितना खर्चा होता है नए इनोवेशन लाने में, उसके सामने मेरे को उतना रेवेन्यू मिलता है कि नहीं, right? And a firm is considered to be spending an optimum amount of innovation when the marginal cost of innovation just equals the marginal revenue of additional innovation, right? तो फर्म कैसे करेगा? फर्म बोलेगा चलो ये एक एक्स्ट्रा फीचर लाते हैं, इससे हमको एक्स्ट्रा इतनी रेवेन्यू मिलती है, तो उसके सामने मुझे कितना खर्चा करना पड़ता है एक्स्ट्रा, जो मेरा नॉर्मल R&D है उससे ऊपर कितना करना पड़ता है, इतना करना पड़ता है, दोनों इक्वल है तो चलो ले आते हैं, या मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कम है तो चलो ले आते हैं. Then there are advertisement expenses. Advertisement expenses are relatively high for in monopolistic competition because प्रोडक्ट है या नहीं है परसेप्शन बना लेते हैं, सेकेंड फीचर्स है कुछ अलग तो वो बताना पड़ता है, और वो कंज्यूमर्स को पता होना चाहिए. यू हैव टू गेन माइंड शेयर इन देयर बिजनेस, राइट? माइंड शेयर इन द कंज्यूमर्स माइंड, so some share on the consumer's thought process, perception. So you kind of spend, ideally if you've seen FMCG companies and all are basically monopolistic competition companies, but they tend to have that pricing power and economic profits for sustained period in case if you build brand. But you must have seen they advertise a lot. They advertise like crazy. So the advertised cost is normally tends to be higher in monopolistic competition than perfect competition. Why? Perfect competition में प्रोडक्ट का डिफरेंशिएशन ही नहीं है, दो लोग कॉम्पिटिटिव प्राइस पे कर रहे हैं, तो कंपनी बोलेगी एडवर्टाइज करके क्या ही तो कर लूं. गेटिंग इट? एडवर्टाइज करके क्या ही तो कर लूं. बट again, to give you a perception, I'll give you an exception here, and this is a real world example. You might feel and come across and say, sir ये सब क्यों पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं, मतलब क्या ही काम का है मेरे ये सब, ये जो आप मुझे कर्व सिखा रहे हो, एवरेज, टोटल कॉस्ट, मार्जिनल कॉस्ट, ये वो. I mean, the course that I'm doing is called Chartered Financial Analyst. I'm supposed to be an analyst, and where does it fit into it? So I become an equity research guy. Where the hell does this fit into me analyzing companies, valuing companies, and all that kind of stuff, or become a financial analyst? Where does this fit into? This doesn't give you straight answers. The market structure is one of the most important parts. When I was student, I used to hate this topic, and moreover I used to think this is mumbo jumbo. मेरे कुछ काम का नहीं है. I liked FRA, I liked equity, but I hated this little part of the syllabus because I used to think this is not useful. That is not the case, because it gives you a lot of thought process and how pricing can happen, how firms can differentiate, etc., etc. So why advertisement expenses are equal? I'll give you a little example from the real world example why context matters. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? Advertisement cost for firms are greater than those for the firms in perfect competition, and that those are monopolies, right? Obviously, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा product differentiation है, consumer को बताना है and all of that. But perfect competition में क्यों नहीं ज़्यादा advertisement करेंगे? Because कुछ है ही नहीं product differentiation. आप advertise करके क्या करोगे? आप बोलोगे मेरा नमक ज़्यादा सफ़ेद है, यू नो मेरा टमाटर ज्यादा लाल है, एक एक बंदा भाजी मार्केट में टमाटर लेके चिल्लाएगा मेरा टमाटर ज्यादा लाल है, कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ने वाला, यू नो कुछ ज्यादा डिफरेंशिएशन है नहीं. So but nuances and context matters. You know, cement is an absolute commodity, right? I mean, if the same quality, same type of cement, कुछ ज़्यादा फर्क होता नहीं. But you know what? फर्क कंपनियों ने क्रिएट कर दिया है. So कैसे क्रिएट करा है? You must have seen this ad, Gudraj, Ambuja, all the cement ads you must have seen. You know, Ultratech cement. Now, what they've done uh, uh, is on the face of it, cement is the same, right? क्या फर्क पड़ेगा मैं किसी सीमेंट को प्रीमियम में क्यों खरीदूं? But what happens is they have created a perception amongst consumers that Ultratech cement is much better than XYZ cement. So if you are a builder or if you're a government contractor and you buy a lot of cement, you know this कि ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है, मुझे 10-20% एक्स्ट्रा नहीं देना है. बट अगर आप खुद का घर बना रहे हो, सिंगल होम यूज इन अ विलेज और यू कंस्ट्रक्टिंग योर ओन होम, ओन शॉप, ओन व्हाटएवर, ओन स्ट्रक्चर, देन यू माइट बाय अल्ट्राटेक बिकॉज आप सोचेंगे यार 10% एक्स्ट्रा है बट मेरा घर सारा बेटर होगा, दिस मस्ट बी बेटर क्वालिटी. आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ दैट इज बेटर क्वालिटी बट दिस माइट बी better quality. The same applies for cars as well, right? If you see replacement market or your OEM market, OEM मतलब मारुति जब खुद प्लांट में टायर लगाती है. रिप्लेसमेंट मार्केट मतलब जब मैंने गाड़ी खरीदी 5-7 साल बाद, मैं जब मैंने मेरे गाड़ी के टायर को रिप्लेस किया, जब मैंने मेरे गाड़ी के टायर को रिप्लेस किया तो उसको मैं रिप्लेसमेंट मार्केट बोलता हूँ. इफ यू सी द कॉन्टेक्स्ट, द प्राइसिंग पावर इज मच बेटर इन द रिप्लेसमेंट मार्केट देन इन द OEM. OEM में इट्स परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, बोलते हैं एवरीथिंग इज द सेम, प्राइसिंग पे कॉम्पीट कर, क्वालिटी इतनी चाहिए वो मैंने लिख के दे दी, उसके ऊपर बोल कितना कौन सबसे सस्ता देगा, मारुति उसको ले लेगी. बट रिप्लेसमेंट मार्केट में वो बंदा क्या सोचता है, उसको वो कस्टमर बोलेगा, टायर वाला, टायर का डीलर, यार तू है ना ब्रिजस्टोन ले ले या तू मिशेलिन ले ले या व्हाटएवर, ये ज़्यादा बेटर टायर है, ये है वो है, इसमें ज़्यादा वो व्हाटएवर फीचर्स है XYZ, और लोग लेते हैं, लोग लेते हैं. So again, advertisement cost for firms in so in the replacement market segment we can say it's more like monopolistic competition, whereas in the other market we can say it's more like more closer to perfect, not exactly perfect competition, right? So you need to understand the nuances here. You need to understand the nuances. ऐसा नहीं है absolutely nonsensical, and microeconomics is very useful. And if I give you an idea where it is useful to you in your work maybe later on or in your end use, then you might be more inclined to study it. This is what my perception is, right? So if you need to understand if a certain segment of the market has pricing power, a certain industry has a pricing power. The industry structure for, let's say, even a tire market will differ in the replacement market and then in the OEM market. Similarly, for cement etc, again it will differ अगर बंदा एंड यूज खुद के लिए ले रहा है या कमर्शियल यूज के लिए ले रहा है या आगे बना के किसी को बेचने वाला है. Then there are brand names, right? और आप ब्रांड बनाते हो by why are brands important? Signal. आपको आपकी प्रोस्पेक्टिव गर्लफ्रेंड को दिखाने में बहुत पैसे वाला BMW लेके गए व्हाटएवर, या आपके व्हाटएवर प्रोस्पेक्टिव कस्टमर को बताना व्हाटएवर XYZ, सो या आपके फ्रेंड्स को शो ऑफ करना है मेरे पास बहुत पैसा है कॉलेज में. सो ब्रांड्स एक्चुअली प्रोवाइड सिग्नलिंग, बट दिस इज जस्ट वन एक्सप्लेनेशन. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ शो ऑफ के लिए ब्रांड्स होती है. ब्रांड इसमें नहीं लिखा है बट आई जस्ट से ब्रांड्स आर आल्सो बिकॉज दे रिड्यूस सर्च कॉस्ट. आई गो टू बाय प्लाईवुड. अब प्लाईवुड तो मैं कोई शो ऑफ के लिए नहीं लेता, बट फिर भी मैं ब्रांडेड प्लाईवुड क्यों लेता हूँ, बिकॉज मुझे समझ में नहीं आया इतनी दुनिया भर की प्लाईवुड अवेलेबल है, दुनिया भर के डायमेंशन, ये वो फलाना फलाना, तो मैंने क्या सोचा कि भाई मैं ग्रीन प्लाई की ले लेता हूँ, अच्छा ही होगा, 5% एक्स्ट्रा है, भाड़ में जाए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. देयर आर टू थिंग्स दैट ब्रांड्स डू. दे प्रोवाइड सिग्नलिंग, शो ऑफ वैल्यू, नॉर्मल पार्लेंस में बात करूंगा तो शो ऑफ वैल्यू. दूसरा रिड्यूस सर्च कॉस्ट, राइट, रिड्यूस सर्च कॉस्ट. बट ब्रांड्स वालों को भी तो क्वालिटी मेंटेन करनी पड़ती है और R&D करनी पड़ती है. सो ऐसा नहीं कि उनको जो प्राइसिंग पावर मिला है एकदम फ्री मिला है. they do certain cost to this, and because they do certain cost to this, their total cost also shoots up. But overall, they have pricing power, so their prices are much higher than your what you call your exactly perfect competition. Fair enough. We are done with oligopoly. Any questions? Sorry, we are done with monopolistic competition, not oligopoly. No, it is price searcher. It is not completely price taker. It is somewhere in between. It is a price searcher, just like the other. It will search an optimum price. It's a downward sloping demand curve. It will search an optimum price जहाँ पे वो सबसे ज़्यादा quantity बेच सकता है और वो settle करेगा where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Shubham, I'm answering your question. It's not complete price maker. No, it is not.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So it is a price searcher. We can say that price searcher.
For an optimum
right?
price, and normally that price tends to be when your marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Any other questions? We're missing a lot of people today. I mean, we left a little amount of time. We will not start with aggregate demand and aggregate supply reading 14 because टूटेगा वो.
Sir, एक बार kink और could not एक बार explain कर दीजिए. Kink demand and could not.
अभी नहीं कर पाऊंगा मैं because we left with little amount of time. But किसको doubt है kink और could not में? Who all have doubt other than Shubham? I can do a different small session and just explain these others. अब ये session में नहीं हो पाएगा. We just left it 8 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Doubt है उसमें? Kink and could not. Okay, I'm ending this one. Shubham, अपन अलग से करते हैं. Ping me on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Chalo guys. Day after tomorrow, नहीं. Hiren recording पे. I'm stuck with something. Next week. Next week. Chalo guys, this session ends. We meet again on Monday. Monday is the most. Please don't miss Monday का session. Aggregate demand, aggregate supply difficult है. हम आराम से करेंगे. चलो. Bye. Good night. Take care.